The Splunk hackathon, we decided to build an end-to-end application. To simulate the credit card transactions, we built a client-side iPhone app. The application was built using Objective-C in Xcode. The application is used by users to book a hotel. For booking a hotel, a transaction request is sent to the financial company. The middle tier is hosted on AWS, Amazon Web Services. These middle tier services are REST services which authorize these transactions. Here we have the transaction service which validates the transaction, verifies if a credit card details are valid, the user is valid, and if there is enough money on the card to authorize a transaction. The user information is stored in the MongoDB. Once a transaction is verified or rejected, the information is recorded in the transaction log. These logs are then forwarded to Splunk to be parsed and indexed. Validations are configured in form of alerts. There are three types of alerts that we have configured in Splunk to identify an alert and if the user's transaction is a potential fraudulent one. The first one is if the transaction amount is greater than 2000. The second one is if transaction happened in 3 states in a specific amount of time. The third one is if number of transactions exceeded more than 10 within a particular time period. If the criteria match, an alert is raised. The first alert is a real-time alert, while the others are scheduled alerts running as cron jobs. Once the alerts are raised, this information is shipped to our fraud service, which uses the user details to send an email or an SMS to the user. Once an alert is verified, the fraud is recorded and the fraud information is logged and sent to Splunk for further analysis. We also have a fraud manager app where a fraud manager can review the fraud that has occurred today or in past few months. This information is important to determine where frauds are originating and if further inquiry against a retailer or hacker needs to be pursued. Splunk does most of the heavy lifting in this application. We would like to enhance our application by creating dashboards in Splunk for further analysis, which would be used by financial companies to detect and avoid frauds. Thanks for this opportunity and thank you from JSY Ventures.